Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Live. Today I want to talk about how I created these scenes in Blender. So a lot of these are pretty much free, including Blender itself, which is kind of an anomaly. Actually, if you're in a 3D doing 3D and you learn 3D at school, you're probably not using Blender. But after some years working in the industry, I did learn Maya, and now I'm using just Blender. And today, being able to do this using Blender in your own machine at home is actually still quite magical. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about that. So this scene is really simple, just like a giant tree here that I scanned the other day. The giant tree itself, we look at the wireframe. Okay, this is like, I think this is the reduced or medium resolution. It's not the full resolutions, but the tree, everything is actually scanned. It's not completely perfect. As you can see, the back is actually hollow, but I scanned this kind of casually while walking around the other day at the bush, doing the bushwalk. This is actually just located not too far in Sydney, somewhere at the north. The place is still kind of secret. The garden is called Secret Garden, but anyway, you can try going there. Let me show you the whole photo. Okay, this kind of seems glitching, but I created this using object capture API photogrammetry, so now it's actually available on a Mac. So I'm actually using Blender on a Mac. Still, I think this is quite a gift. I know some people, probably most 3D users, using Windows and or Linux with some powerful graphic engine, but to be able to do this today on a silent machine is quite powerful. I think this is like a basic Mac M1 machine. All right, so I put an apple there. The apple, I think, is from Sketchfab, but at some points this was, I think I turned it into USDZ format so I can use it in Reality Composer. So this is a USDZ format. It's a, you might see here there's Pixar USD because it's using the universal scene descriptions, and this apple is kind of becoming free. I mean, I extracted back into this format, like so I can open it in Blender. But anyway, I just put it there on the table. I just make a giant apple. What I was talking about, okay, the environment is just simply scan. Okay, I cannot scan everything, but it's scanning the tree pretty well. So I have a background here, and because this place, the Secret Garden, already have table, and I can put a character there. The character is from Wolf 3D. So Wolf 3D character creation. So Wolf 3D, I think, is making character for VR, 3D avatar for VR. So you can create character like this. I quite like their avatar. It's not like super realistic. The facial expression can be really expressive. So I made this character based on my partner face. So it has the blend shapes required. I think, yeah, most of the facial expressions that's needed in things like blink, and also it should work with Apple facial animations. Yeah, and character is very lively. I think it's really good. It's really good. And you, as an extra, you also have this Fisim to make talking characters. So the avatar is free, and I post it using Mixamo. Mixamo.com provides some free motion capture. I mean, eventually maybe we can do like a motion capture that's using our body pose, etc. Maybe for free, I don't know, but yeah, I can make a character jumping from the table maybe. But anyway, this is Mixamo, and then there's also Sketchfab. If we anything we search here, we want to have like a salad. This mostly created by an artist at some point, of course. So this is where sometimes I found an assets here. I just download it if I want to. Some of them are paid assets, but normally I just download it. You can download as USDZ as well. With USDZ, it's ready to use as AR inside something like Reality Composer app. So the character from Mixamo, the character have some bones, like a simple basic bones that you can pose slightly. You might, if you use Blender, you might be able to use that as a starting point for your rig character controller. I haven't touched that much, but I should maybe at some point, so I can pose a character faster, better, create my own animations. Currently this is just a static pose of this character. I can animate it, of course, with the facial animations that I don't have here. Let's bring that chestnut. Oh, that's a walnut. Okay, walnut. This is the walnut from Sketchfab. So normally with assets, with additional assets like that, things will grow in the scenes very, very fast. And soon, maybe, hopefully in Blender we have full support of USDZ. Oh, actually not USDZ, USD, Universal Scene Description, so we can import and export USD format. So everything is become universal and open. Whether you are thinking to go into game, like to work in the game studio making game, or to make film these days, everything's starting to become like subscription based. Subscription as service, I think that's what they call it. They can provide you with tools to create movies, but I'm just like a small, really small independent filmmaker. I don't know. Because I used to learn a little bit about it at the uni, but anyway, these days, since I haven't worked much in the industry, so I just make YouTube. Yeah, if you ever wonder, the film industry itself is pretty crowded. If you thinking of Hollywood, Disney, Pixar, it's a very small industry. Everyone knows everyone, and everyone who works up there is probably already 40, 50-year old. And now the younger the younger artists trying to get in, it's getting harder, or they need to be really skilled. And yeah, I think the 20, 30, the younger 3D animators are really, really amazing as an animator or concept artist, or yeah, whatever. I'm just talking around me. I'm already pretty old anyway. Yeah, just now I changed the aperture of this this not game engine, this is Eevee. I'm using Eevee. Eevee is real time, so this is Eevee render engine. It's real time, and currently the scene is like daytime, and I can focus on the apple or focusing on the character face using this empty. And if I select the camera, I should get the immediate focusing. So I think this is kind of nice. It can be expensive, but yeah, useful anyway. And I think it's real time. If I use a Cycles render engine, things might look a little bit different. I will start to use GPU, and my machine might start to make sound. This one is using Cycles. It's already pretty fast, but for this scene, I actually just work using Eevee. So Eevee render engine, and I also have an extra objects. So maybe Oh yeah, this is just a fireflies. The fireflies is created, it's not particle, maybe it should be particles, but this is actually a geometry nodes on a sphere. Select my cube. Okay, so this geometry nodes, a cube has been subdivided, and then I just scatter some dots. I can have more fireflies if I want to, and the fireflies is randomized, and I think I use noise and try to make some random motions, but I think my fireflies is too simple. It's actually scaling slightly using math here. I think did I get rid of this by mistake? It should go like on and off. I mean, scaling on and off. It's like a real firefly, sort of. Yeah, so we have this like nighttime scenes. I just need to have like a soundtracks, things like that. I don't know, I think movie making is interesting. It's very time consuming. I'm kind of like, I wish I have game engine sort of, but I wish I can kind of control the character a little bit more using joystick. I don't know, I'm still thinking a lot about process of creating things, you know. I'm aiming to have some kind of AR. Yeah, put the apple on the table and put this chestnut, floating chestnut. Okay, on the table. Yeah, what I was thinking, I like what we can do on the game engine. Maybe like to have a character doing some kind of behavior that's changing, and maybe it's like doing this idle character looking at the camera, and then you can click on the character or control it somehow, and then character can look at the food and pick up the food or something like that. I don't know. Because I like augmented reality, AR, kind of interactions. I don't know much about game engine. I'm a little bit far from using Unity or Unreal. Maybe I can use a little bit, just the basic, but if it's for AR, maybe at some point this can become like a lens for Snapchat or Spark AR, Facebook Spark AR. I think that's kind of like the future. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, this is what we have right now. It's quite an anomaly still. I keep saying that, to have Blender running on a Mac, it's quite amazing. I did talk about the photogrammetry, right? This tree created from photos and took me just a few minutes to get the full 3D tree that we can use inside Blender. So that's actually a plus. I think there's something that I forgot to mention. Okay, the plane, I have this wave. Some effects like, okay, I wish I have like a fire or something that dynamics, something that's more dynamics. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the camera. The camera is important, as well as the lighting. The blue light is this background. So we have this atmosphere. I should probably have fog. Maybe I should have some creatures here, like in the Ghibli animations at night, maybe Totoro, whatever. I have some light, nighttime light here. This creates the atmosphere of nighttime. And if we jump into the camera, inside the camera is like a floating, camera is moving. What is this? Maybe a spirit coming to the girl. Yeah, I think it's kind of okay. It's just a basic animations, maybe like a single shot. I need a movie soundtrack. I need some kind of story. I'm maybe not very good with story, but anyway, I can make a little bit of composition here. I think at least the forest, which is the forest is pretty good. It's photogrammetry. It's nice to be able to do this very quickly, and it's based on the real scenes. I want to turn this into AR experience. Basically, if I go there to the forest once again, I want to see these animations. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the camera once again. The camera was animated on the fly using the iPhone. I'm using virtual camera. Let's see if this is working. Virtual camera app. Maybe it will fail. Anyway, start surfing. I'm using my iPhone now. I need to initialize the tracking. Okay, now I'm live. Okay, I'm live. Yeah, the camera seems to be moving in this scale. So the character is like a diorama. It's like a miniature. I'm moving the camera. This is like a free flowing camera. I think I should be able to lock the position. Yeah, and I'm locking in X, Z, and Y position. Yeah, the control is a bit weird like this, but I believe I can change the focal length, so I can zoom in, zoom out. Okay, this is like super wide. This is ultra wide. Big Apple, Walnut from Sketchfab. I can zoom into the character. This is like studying about shot using virtual assets in Blender. I can try making full screen. Oh yeah, full screen still looking pretty nice. Imagine you are using your VR glasses or AR glasses. I don't know. It should be pretty cool experience to be able to do this. I can get really close. Yeah, see, I'm still controlling it using my iPhone. It's a virtual, what do they call it? Virtual movie making. Okay, with Eevee on, performance a bit slower. I can go to this level, still also pretty slow. I need to go back to this object level. We can see the floating particles. Yeah, okay, sorry, it's if I do this, it's gonna get nauseous. But anyway, that's the whole story. Now, yeah, see, I can control this. I can walk around. This is VR. This is smooth and nice. This is just using the iPhone as a camera. Okay, let's stop that. Right, so camera. That's nice to be able to do this virtually. So movie making, even though my character is simple, stylized, it's not realistic, but I'm pretty happy. This character is nice. Okay, her face, I turn on subsurface scattering, so it's a bit more like a skin. Normally it's like a simple. I can turn on subsurface. It's nicer. Yeah, that's the Wolf 3D characters. I think, yeah, we have everything we need to make a movie, I guess. Maybe I need to have like a creature character. I don't know. What's this story about? What is this? What is she? Is she a Jedi? She looks like she's wearing like modern clothing. But she also has some kind of south appearance, southeastern giant tree. Yeah, anyway, I got nothing else to talk about. Hopefully you find this useful and inspiring. But anyway, year is 2021 and we still have tools, open source tool that enable us to do this. If you in the future, maybe you might learn or use tools like Autodesk Maya, 3ds Max, mostly maybe Maya, or maybe Side Effects, Houdini, whatever. I used to pay license to them, and I pay like 4 digits to get a license. These days you pay like 3 digits for a license, subscription based. But anyway, Blender is free, you know, Blender is free. I keep talking like that because maybe in the future Blender won't be as free. Maybe it's always gonna be free, I don't know. Maybe what I'm talking about here will be censored, maybe, I don't know, my YouTube channel won't be running again, but at least for now we have this. Just for now. I think this is quite something, quite a miracle. Alright, so now the neighbors start making noise again. See, I'm changing the focus. Well, anyway, I'll try to animate the characters. I can try doing some acting and try to animate the body. I think those tools are what I'm missing here, so I might need to collaborate. But I like the idea of being able to capture the background very easily using photogrammetry. And also, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this was inspired by Fantasian. Hironobu Sakaguchi, Fantasian. I keep mentioning this. I should mention this. Fantasian video games running now on the Apple Arcade exclusive at the moment, maybe tomorrow on Nintendo, I don't know, or PlayStation. Yeah, this game has diorama created by hands and then scanned into the game. This is quite something, you know. It's Hironobu Sakaguchi. I think Hironobu Sakaguchi, one of the creator of Final Fantasy Chrono Trigger, still the best game out there. Fantasian. Right, this one inspired me to make this. A character running around in the fantasy or scanned world. Alright. So maybe in the future I'll make the character, I want to make the character walk around, basically. Alright. So thanks again for listening to my babble, my talk. I'll see you next time. Thanks again, and bye.